Catch me before I kill more. I cannot control myself. These words, written in red lipstick, would haunt Chicago forever. Behind these words, a trail of brutal murders that left the city in terror. It's the winter of 1945, and the city of Chicago was gripped by terror. Somewhere in the shadows lurked a killer, one who didn't just murder, but also left behind a message that would haunt the city for decades. The first known victim was Josephine Ross, a 43-year-old woman found dead in her Chicago apartment in June 1945. She had been brutally stabbed multiple times, her body left lying in a huge pool of blood. There were no signs of forced entry, and nothing was stolen, except her life. A few months later, Frances Brown, a 33-year-old former US Army Women's Corps member, was found murdered in her apartment. But this crime was even more unsettling. She had been shot in the head and viciously stabbed, with the knife left embedded deep in her neck. But it wasn't just the savagery of the murders that shocked detectives, it was the message left behind. Scrawled in lipstick on her apartment wall were the words, "For heaven's sake, catch me before I kill more. I cannot control myself." This cryptic note sent the city into a panic. Who was the lipstick killer? And before authorities could find an answer, the killer struck again, this time in a crime so horrific it made national headlines. On January the 7th, 1946, 6-year-old Susan Degnan was kidnapped from her bedroom in the middle of the night. Her parents awoke to find Susan's bed empty and a chilling ransom note demanding $20,000 for her safe return. But hours later, the city's worst fears were confirmed. Police found Susan's dismembered remains in a storm drain, her body parts scattered across the neighbourhood. Whoever had done this was more than the murderer. They were a monster. As pressure mounted, police desperately searched for suspects. This is where William Hirons came to the attention of law enforcement officers. Hirons, a 17-year-old burglar, was caught breaking into an apartment just months after Susan's murder. When questioned, detectives claimed he eventually confessed to all 3 killings after 3 hours of intense interrogation, but his confession was strange. He blamed the murders on an alternate personality, one he called George. Hirons said he was coerced into confessing, tortured by police, and had no memory of committing the crimes. Despite the controversy, Hirons was sentenced to 3 life terms in prison. The murders stopped, and the lipstick killer mystery was considered solved. But some didn't believe Hirons was innocent. Some thought he was a convenient scapegoat, forced to take the fall for crimes he didn't commit. So here's the question: did Chicago catch the real lipstick killer, or did the true murderer disappear into the shadows, never to be seen again?